Yes, oh my goodness. So they would do this push and pull. This is literally what narcissists do. This person has a lot of narcissistic tendencies. Good afternoon, guys. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to Hidden Soul Messages. Today's reading is an intuitive energy reading. So please take what resonates and leave what doesn't. Let's see what's going on with you and your person. Oh, thank you so much for any support that you can give me. Please like, comment and subscribe, and that would be amazing. Okay. What I'm picking up here is that this connection that you're no longer in, you felt like you was working overtime to try and change them. You basically fell in love with their potential. Yeah, you fell in love with this person's potential. And actually, you've realised that you've always done this. So already I'm getting that this relationship has taught you that you can't fall in love with potential. You can't change people, especially at this big old age. You know, if you're in your 30s or in your 40s, I think a lot of people that listen to tarot and relationship readings are in their 30s and 40s, some in their 20s. And once you get to that age, you do realise that you cannot change people. And people, if they do change, it has to be for themselves. Otherwise, they'll always resent you. But yeah, you try to change this person because you really liked them, and the good sides of them, the good parts of them were amazing, and you thought that you could essentially change them into a better person, and now you're realizing that you can't. So you're trying to accept the fact that you're not compatible, and you're in this pessimistic energy where you're now thinking that there's no one out there that is compatible for you. So you need to try and have more of an open mind. But I think it's because you were so into this person and you spent time trying to change them. You stayed in this connection longer than you should have. And so now you feel like your time is wasted. So I think you're lingering in a bit of, you know, feeling sorry for yourself a little bit. You're realizing that you need to work on being more independent. You thought that love was the answer to your happiness. And I'm getting here that you've always wanted true love. Like you're a hopeless romantic. And because this didn't work out, because you put so much effort into it, so much time into it, now, and again, you're in this pessimistic energy. So you really are thinking that, look here, love won't solve your problems. You need to work on being independent. So you're just focusing on on you right now, not necessarily on being independent, because I'm getting here that you are an independent person, which is also why this relationship didn't work out. But right now, you need a break and you need to be by yourself, focus on you. And right now, love isn't the answer. And because you're in this energy, this pessimistic energy, love's not the answer, you haven't got the initiative to meet someone. And it says here, and to keep the passion ignited. You haven't even got the energy to ignite a passion, let alone keep the passion ignited if you found it. So yeah, you really are like on your own right now. This energy here is your past person. I don't know what happened. We will find out. But they are in like secret competition with you, because this, I'm not getting that this is an energy of a third person or a third party energy. or anyone else that your past person's speaking to, this is your past person. So you might be feeling very competitive energy from them, like they're now your enemy. What once was your lover is now your enemy. This here, this coffee cup, you both, when you were together, you both had this friendship, this underlying friendship to your relationship. This is what this coffee moment is. There was a friendship underneath it, which is why it would have been really difficult for you to end things with this person. You savoured every moment with them, even though it was difficult and, you know, it didn't work out and you felt like you had to keep trying to change them into their best potential. You had an amazing friendship underneath this, and whatever happened between you guys, it was really bad. Because they're now seeing you like the enemy. Yeah, see, you keep repeating old patterns. It's time to try something new. As I said before, this is something that you have realised that you have done for a long time, is that you're staying stuck in this pattern of dating potential and not meeting people where they are. And you get into connections where there's a lot of passion and a lot of chemistry and a lot of intensity. And you're also realising that to have a soulmate connection and to find your life partner and your lifetime partner and a real partnership, it's not about chasing potential. It's not about just chemistry. It's not about intensity. It's about true intimacy. So you really are learning a lot about yourself. Yeah, this person could have been very needy. Which is something else that you didn't like, I'm getting. I'm getting that you wasn't compatible with this person. I'm getting that you was compatible, but there was a massive thing about this person was very, very needy and you was independent. You really valued your independence and this person was really, really needy. So they didn't understand why you didn't need them the same way that they needed you. Yeah, this has really got you down in the dumps. You're feeling like you're just fated to be alone, that you're not compatible with anyone. You need to be independent and that love won't solve your problems and that you're fated to be alone. This person, I'm getting here that you really, really liked this person. And you're just really gutted that it didn't work out. And so now you're in this pessimistic energy. You're just feeling like you give up on love and that you're just meant to be alone, which isn't true. You're not meant to be alone, but you're just in this energy now where you do feel like you're going to be on your own forever, which you won't be. Yeah, you felt like if you stayed with this person that you would have been settling. And I think that's why this was so difficult to end this connection, because you really wanted things to work out. You wanted this person to change and just realise their potential. But they're just behind you spiritually. This person is behind you spiritually. And you couldn't settle. Yeah, this person's acting like the victim right now. And you're in this victim mode as well. You're in this victim mode because you're feeling like you're fated to be alone, you're not compatible with anyone, and this person's acting like the victim. Yeah, you've got a lot of anxiety right now. Look at this. This energy is so depressing. You're depressed. You feel like you're going to be alone forever. You're not compatible with anyone. You've got major anxiety. This person could have had a lot of narcissistic tendencies. Yeah, I'm getting here that they would gaslight you a lot. They are missing you. This person is missing you. Tell me more about this mask, this narcissistic tendencies and this gaslighting. Tell me more about that. Too busy to attach. Oh, yes. Oh my goodness. So they would do this push and pull. This is literally what narcissists do. This person has a lot of narcissistic tendencies. They would gaslight you and they would do this push and pull energy. 1 minute they're too busy, the next minute they're clinging on to you and they're attached. And with that push and pull dynamic, that creates a trauma bond. It keeps you attached to each other. It kept you attached to this person. Tell me more about this separation. How am I collective feeling about this separation? You're feeling like it was the right thing to do. You're feeling like you needed to separate from this person's dark narcissistic energy so that you could practice self-love and self-care more and be in a happier version of yourself and loving life again. Yeah. This person was making you feel unhealthy. What is this victim mentality about? Is this the collective's feeling, or is this their past person? The runner. This is your past person. So they are acting like they're the victim, and they have a fear of intimacy. See, you was real with this person. You're real, you're grounded, you know how to be vulnerable, and this person ran away from that true intimacy because and you see this is what narcissists do as well, people that have narcissistic tendencies, they mistake or purposely flood you with intensity and chemistry and this push-pull dynamic because they're wearing a mask, because they cannot handle true intimacy, and so they would run away from real vulnerability, real conversations. Tell me more about this. Get back out there. Does the collective want to meet someone new? Because from what I'm getting, there's a lot of energy here that is saying no. Yeah, no, you're not ready to date. This says you say you want a lover, but you're not all in. Take time to figure out what you want. Yeah, you see, you need time to get over this connection. I feel like you was maybe trauma bonded to this person, and you really want to focus on yourself right now. You are not ready to date at all. What are the collective's current thoughts on this past person? What is this excuses? What is this excuses about? I'm getting the feeling that you have been really struggling to get over this connection, almost like you was trauma bonded to this narcissistic person, and it took you so long to get over them because you kept coming up with excuses as to why they was like this, excuses as to why they didn't change, excuses about why they couldn't reach their potential, excuses about why you stayed as long as you did. And now you're coming to a place where you're not excusing this person or yourself anymore. You're transcending. You're entering a new phase. Yeah. You're entering a new phase where no more excuses. No more excusing a narcissistic person. Because you deserve better than that. And you're realising that now. Yeah, you're cutting out all communication with this person and you're indulging in yourself. Look at this, self-worth and value, healthy choices, self-care, being happier, taking the time to heal, doing shadow work. This is what you're going to focus on going forward. Tell me more about shadow work. Oh my goodness, look at this. Look at this. You're going to do the shadow work and you're going to rise from the ashes. This is all about renew, growth. This has changed you. This relationship has changed you as a person. There's no going back. There's no going back to the version that you was before you met this person and before this connection. Tell me, is this person thinking about our collective? What is this person thinking? What is this past person thinking, this past energy? Tell me what they're thinking. They know that they sabotaged the relationship with you. They know that they sabotaged this with you. Yeah, they think you're too much work. Not because you are too much work, because they cannot meet you where you are, because they're vibrating lower than you. Yeah, they think you're too much. You were vibrating at a higher level than this person, and so they had to sabotage it. They had to sabotage it. They had to try and bring you down to their level. This was never going to work because they could not meet you where you were. Yeah, and it made you feel like you wasn't enough. It made you feel like you wasn't enough. See, they had a lot of ego. They had a lot of fear because they really liked you. But it made them, because they liked you and because they knew that you was at a higher spiritual level than them, you was grounded, you was a more grounded, independent person, you wasn't needy like how they needed you. And so it made them insecure, it made them lack self-confidence, it made them sabotage the connection. And this is why you might be feeling an energy of like they're in competition with you right now, or that they're more like an enemy than someone that you had a meaningful, even if it didn't work out. And I'm getting here that you was trauma bonded to them after. I think this relationship took you a very, very, very long time to get over. You're still not over it. But you've got this energy here of them being in competition with you right now. What is this? Why is my collective still feeling this energy of theirs? Why is the other person's competitive energy? Boundaries, because they don't like that you're putting up boundaries right now. I think you've got this person blocked because this person violates your boundaries. When you try to put boundaries in place, they would try and break them. Tell me more. Tell me more about this boundaries. They may have been quite coercive when it came to sex. They might have been quite lustful. So you was trying to build a like true intimacy with this person, but because they've got all this narcissistic tendencies, they was very lustful, and you might have been feeling like all they wanted with you was sex. Like they wasn't seeing you as a person. They were seeing you like you was just a sex machine. And I'm getting here like a lot of coercive energy as well. Thank goodness you're not in this connection anymore. What does my collective need to know? What do they need to know right now? Yeah, it's over. This is it. Look at this. Look at this. If this wasn't enough to tell you that this relationship, it needed to happen, it was awful for you. You feel like you've been run through the mill. You was trauma bonded, and now you're coming out the end. It's taught you so many lessons. You're renewed. You're rising from the ashes. This is a new phase. This is the end, not only the death to this relationship, which has been really difficult for you, but it is the death of the previous version of you. Yeah, there's no going back. You're a completely new person. Thank you all so much. Again, please like, comment, subscribe, and I will be back again with another reading tomorrow.